Hi and welcome to Savona, a charming coastal city in the heart of Italy's Ligurian Riviera. While it may not have the fame of cities like Genoa or Cinque Terre, Savona is a true hidden gem, brimming with rich history, stunning architecture and an authentic Italian atmosphere that will captivate you from the moment you arrive. From its picturesque harbor to ancient fortresses, and from its vibrant squares to its quiet, scenic beaches, Savona offers the perfect blend of cultural exploration and relaxation. In this guide, I'll take you through the top sites you can visit in a day and provide a few extra secrets that make Savona so special. So whether you are a history buff, a beach lover, or a curious traveler, join me as we discover what Savona has to offer. So let's dive right in. Let's explore Savona. Let's kick off the day like the locals do, at Illova Panicio, a charming bakery in Savona. This is where you can start your morning with a traditional Italian breakfast, a warm, buttery cornetto paired with a rich espresso or cappuccino. The Panificio is a favorite among Savonese locals, known for its fresh pastries, aromatic bread and delicious cakes. And that needs to come with a coffee, of course. It's a perfect way to fuel up for the day of exploring. Just a short walk from the city center, you'll find Savona Beach. This beautiful stretch of sand offers a peaceful escape, perfect for a relaxing morning or afternoon by the sea. The crystal clear waters of the Ligurian Sea invite you to take a swim or simply lounge on the beach with a view of the nearby hills. If you're not into sunbathing, there are plenty of charming beachside cafes where one can enjoy a nice coffee while taking in the Mediterranean breeze. Next, let's take a leisurely stroll along the Porto de Savona promenade, a scenic waterfront path that runs along the coast, offering beautiful views of the sea and the city's coastline. This promenade is named after the journalist and activist Porto de Savona, who was tragically assassinated in the 1980s. As you walk, you'll pass lush gardens, palm trees, and historical landmarks. It's a peaceful spot to reflect, people watch, or just enjoy the stunning landscape of the Italian Riviera.
Well, a big attraction of the Mediterranean is of course the beaches, and if you come to Savona, there's no shortage of beautiful beaches. Check this out. Much of the beach is partitioned into private sections, the bagnos. And for those you have to pay, you rent an umbrella and you rent your spot basically for the day. Alright, I'm now at the Passeggiata Porto de Savona, which is the main beach promenade in Savona. And it's really inviting for a stroll, and of course, as you can see, there's lots of bagnos and restaurants available here. And all the bagni are marked by the distinct umbrellas, and you will know which bagno you're at by just looking at the colors. Personally, I'm not a big fan of having my beach neighbors that close. They really almost stack their guests on the beach, but to each their thing. So the Mediterranean is obviously one of the best places to come in summer. This place can get really packed, so especially in the summer months, July, August. It's getting really full. So be prepared. It might be better to come to Savona and really all of the Ligurian coastal towns in the shoulder seasons. So June and September, you might get the beach almost to yourself. Just behind the beach promenade is a really nice green strip, a park where you find some nice trees that offer some shade against the sun. And I guess this park is also used by the locals that live nearby. There are kids' playgrounds here. And just behind there's a residential area, as you can see. Garibaldi is one of the Italian national heroes because he was one of the people who really fought for the unification of Italy. And I read that the way they positioned the statue is his gaze is directed towards Nice, which is the birthplace and hometown of Garibaldi. And now we're heading to our next destination, which is perhaps the most remarkable historic site of Savona, and that's the fortification of Savona that we're gonna check out now. Let's have a look.
From the promenade, it's just a short distance to Parma Fortress, a towering fortress with centuries of history. Originally built in the 16th century by the Genoese, this stronghold was later used for various military purposes. The fortress sits on a hilltop overlooking the port and the city, offering spectacular panoramic views of Savona and the Ligurian coastline. The thick stone walls, historic cannons, and museums inside showcase the fortress's storied past. It's a fantastic place to get immersed in the history of Savona while enjoying incredible vistas.
Now, interestingly, this fortress had been abandoned for quite a while. It used to be a really important military fortress and was then only really in recent years restored. And nowadays it houses some museum, two museums actually, the Archaeological Museum and the Portino Museum. And in the summer months, they have a stage, a cultural stage there, where they show performances, concerts, etc. So let me tell you a little bit about this fortress. It's called Parma Fortress. It's a large complex that is relocated very near to the port and was built between 1542 and 1544 by Genoa to demonstrate its supremacy over Savona. So obviously the Genoese, they already had that all under control for a very long time. And if you haven't seen my video on Genoa, make sure to check that out too, because I put that together to show you the most amazing places in Genoa. I give you a little bit of history of the Genoese. So this fortress was built by them. Look at that dramatic view how it thrones over the city. And down here you see the remains of the old fortifications. So it looks like this fortress had been much larger before. The fortress is open 9 to midnight every day, and what's really cool is that the entrance is free. I mean, you have to pay entrance fees for the museums, but the fortress itself is free. I now made it to the top of the fortress, and the view is not as spectacular as one might want it to be. So this seems to be the busy port terminal of Savona with the loading docks. On the other hand, if you look down to the city, you see the old port, and that view is much nicer. Check that out. I think at some point in time this fortress was also used as a prison. Alright, that was the Fortezza del Priamar, and who would have thought that this was the most important fortification on the entire Ligurian Sea at some point in time. And I highly recommend you come up here if you're in Savona. I think it's really nice. And it's just a stone throw away from the old town, which is my next destination. Let's check it out.
On my way to the old city center, I come across a fun sculpture by Laura Romano called Curvy on the Beach.
Okay, what's really cool here in Savona is that there's lots of sculptures and art everywhere. And I'm just standing here on a bit of a traffic island, really, in the middle of Savona, between the fortress and the old town. There's an artwork here on this traffic island called Curvy on the Beach by Laura Romano.
This whimsical sculpture on a traffic circle was created by 7 ceramists from 600 kilograms of clay, and is just an awesome colorful surprise which should get more attention by Savona visitors.
Now would be a good time to remind you that I have lots of videos on Italy on my playlist, so please check that out. And please also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, because I'll upload every week new videos on the most amazing travel destinations of the world, and I do hope you enjoy them as well.
Next, let's head to Brandal Tower, one of Savona's most iconic landmarks. Standing tall in the heart of the city, this medieval tower was once part of the defensive walls of the city. It's one of the few remaining structures for the Middle Ages in Savona, and its distinct shape makes it a memorable sight.
It's the Brandal Tower, which is hosting a clock that only rings to very special occasions in Savona. It can't be visited unless you have an appointment, but we can admire it from the outside.
Today, the tower serves as a reminder of the city's rich history and offers a striking contrast against the modern surroundings. If you visit, be sure to take a moment to admire the beautiful architecture and the views of the surrounding streets and squares.
And you want to walk here in the old town of Savona, there's one highlight after the other. I'm just standing now at the Savona Cathedral, and not sure whether it's open, but we'll check it out.
Let's make our way to the Savona Cathedral, also known as Cattedrale di Nostra Signora Assunta. This stunning cathedral, dating back to the 16th century, is one of Savona's most important religious landmarks.
The Savona Cathedral is also called the Cathedral of the Assumption, and it's really the mother church of Savona. The construction, which measures 61 meters and 39 meters wide, is one of the main places of worship in the city. It was built at the end of the 16th century.
The church's grand facade and elegant bell tower are visible from the various points in the city. Inside, you'll be struck by its serene atmosphere and beautiful artwork, including paintings and sculptures by renowned artists. The cathedral is also home to the Chapel of the Holy Thorn, a revered relic that draws pilgrims from all over the world. A hidden gem in Savona is the Systeine Chapel, of course not to be confused with the one in the Vatican. Located within the Savona Cathedral, this small but beautiful chapel is a masterpiece in its own right. Its frescoes, created by the artist Pietro da Cortona, are simply breathtaking. The intricate depictions of religious scenes, set against vibrant colors and dramatic lighting, make this chapel a must-see for art lovers and history enthusiasts. Though much smaller than its Vatican counterpart, the Systeine Chapel in Savona holds its own in terms of beauty and artistic significance.
Unfortunately, you have to make reservations 3 days in advance, and the opening hours are very limited. It's only 4 hours per day, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, from 10 to 12, and from 4 to 6 p.m. I believe. And there's a small entrance fee, about €3. So if you get a chance, you may want to check that out too.
Now let's head to Vapia, one of the main streets in Savona city center. This charming pedestrian street is lined with boutiques, cafes and restaurants, making it the perfect spot for a leisurely stroll. As you walk, you get a sense of the local life, as locals grabbing their coffee, shoppers picking up fresh produce, and visitors enjoying the Mediterranean vibe. The street is also home to some beautiful buildings with a mix of modern and traditional architecture that reflects the city's evolving character. It's a great place to explore, shop for souvenirs, or simply enjoy the atmosphere.
So when you're in Savona, definitely check out the old town. It's really a little bit of a labyrinth of small alleyways and streets, many of which are pedestrian zones, but there are some larger streets. My recommendation is definitely check out Vapia, which is a small little alleyway with lots of nice shops and restaurants and boutiques, and that leads into the Via Paleocapa. And the Via Paleocapa is a larger through street with some traffic, but it's also lined with boutiques and cafes, bistros, and definitely worth checking out.
At the heart of Savona's historic center, you'll find Piazza Mameli, a picturesque square dedicated to Italy's war heroes. In the center of the square stands the War Heroes Monument, a grand statue commemorating the soldiers who fought for Italy's independence. The square is surrounded by elegant buildings and provides a perfect spot to pause and reflect on the city's history. It's also a hub for local life, with cafes and shops surrounding the square, making it a great place to enjoy an afternoon espresso or simply sit and watch the world go by.
So I'm now here at Piazza Goffredo Mameli, which is kind of an important piazza here in Savona, because this is a monument that is dedicated to everyone that lost their lives in war. It was inaugurated in 1927, and what's so special about this is that up to today, every day at 6 o'clock, life on this square comes to a standstill, and people commemorate those who lost their lives in the wars. Quite a special and quite moving monument here. And what a nice way to create a moment of memory. And the piazza itself is obviously quite nice too. Check out the beautiful architecture that surrounds the square.
Just a short walk from Piazza Mameli, you'll find Ltheretta, a small but beautiful 16th century tower that was once part of the city's defense walls. The tower's distinctive design and location make it a charming site, and it's often less crowded than other tourist spots in Savona. From Ltheretta, you can enjoy great views of the surrounding area, including the nearby port and coastline. It's a peaceful spot to take in the history and beauty of Savona, and a perfect place for some quiet reflection away from the bustle of the city.
It's a square building, not very tall, and it's a last remaining part of an ancient fortification wall that the people of Savona built to fight off the Genoese. That didn't work too well, and the Genoese actually destroyed the entire city wall, and they only spared that tower, which has now become kind of an important landmark in Savona. And welcome to another highlight of Savona, which is the old port of Savona.
Porto de Savona is a vibrant and bustling area, perfect for those who want to experience the heart of the city's maritime culture. This is one of Italy's most important ports, and it's a major gateway for cruise ships traveling the Mediterranean. Whether you're walking along the dock, admiring the luxury yachts, or enjoying a seafood meal at one of the many restaurants, the port offers plenty to explore. You'll feel the pulse of the Ligurian coast here, sailboats bobbing in the water, ferries coming and going, and the breathtaking backdrop of Savona's hills and Old Town.
Mantenersi fuori dalla zona interdetta. The bridge is rotating. Keep away from the forbidden area.
Okay, I've come to my last stop on my tour through Savona, which takes us a little bit more into the 20th and 21st century. And this is the Apple Museum, and you won't believe it, but Savona features the most comprehensive Apple Museum in Europe and probably in the world.
For tech enthusiasts, a visit to the All About Apple Museum in Savona is a must. This fascinating small museum is dedicated to the iconic Apple brand, showcasing the evolution of its products from the very first Apple I computer to the latest innovations in the world of personal technology. Don't miss out on an impressive collection of vintage Apple computers, including rare models like the Apple II Macintosh and early Power Macs, as well as memorabilia such as old advertising, prototypes and accessories.
They showcase pretty much all products that were ever built and sold by Apple, from the initial prototypes that were developed by Jobs and Wozniak and their peers in the 70s. I think there's an image of them here, all the way to the latest iPhones that you can buy today. So who would have thought that in this apartment complex just on the other side of the port of Savona, you'll find an apple museum.
Finally, no visit to Italy is complete without indulging in some delicious gelato. I'm heading back to the beach to Gelateria Lecca Lecca, one of Savona's most beloved gelaterias. The creamy, mouth-watering gelato here is made with the freshest local ingredients, and the flavors are a true reflection of the region. I have a sweet tooth, and this gelato was just the perfect way to end an amazing day in Savona. As you can see, the city has something for everyone. Whether you're exploring ancient fortresses, enjoying the seaside, or indulging in local gelato, Savona offers a unique and unforgettable experience. From here, I will travel to my next destination in Italy, which I'm super excited about as well. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment down below. And make sure to check out my many other travel videos and guides to the most fascinating travel destinations in Italy and beyond. Have a good one. Bye bye.